Welcome everybody. Today's yoga is a mindful stretch. So start to become aware of the feet pressing into the earth, pushing the earth away from you. This should lift you up at the front. Lift and roll the shoulders. Turn the head to the left as you breathe in. And breathing out, turn the head to the right. In to the left. And out to the right. And come to the centre. Breathing in, bring the hands to the heart centre. And just have an awareness for this class to very slightly engage the perineum muscle, the Muladhara bandha, as you breathe in, slightly unusual, and just release and relax as you breathe out. You won't remember this, very easy to forget, strangely within seconds, but it's just an added nod to our inner power, and particularly relevant to the digestive system post all the festivities. And if you want to add to that, you might engage the perineum slightly up and slightly the lower abdominal area, muscles in, which is starting to look at the Uddiyana bandha, the next bandha up. And then breathing in, circle the arms up. Hold the thumbs together and engage the buttocks. Look up if that's good for your neck, if not, look ahead. And almost, if you are looking up to the eyebrows, stretch slightly back. Bring the head to upright. Lower the arms and come to hands at the chest. And circling the arms up, take hold of the left wrist with the right hand and just stretch over to the right, stretching out the left side. Keep the weight into the feet. Breathing in, come back to the centre and stretch up. Change hands so that the right hand holds the left wrist. Stretch up and just come over to the left side, stretching out the right side in a lateral stretch. Try and keep the head evenly between the arms, and you've got the option of looking up if that works for your neck as well. Breathing in, come to the centre, stretch up and lower the arms. Lift and roll the shoulders. Breathing in, circle the arms up, clasp and reverse. Palms up. Press the feet into the ground and stretch the palms upwards. And then very gently turn to the left. You can stay static or do a dynamic version where you slightly come in and out. Come to the centre, stretch the arms up and very gently turn to the other side. Come to the centre. Testing the balance, just lift your heels. And then breathing out, lower the heels and lower the arms back down alongside you. Lift and roll the shoulders. Clasp the hands behind you and aim the knuckles towards the ground, opening up the shoulders. Lifting the clasped hands slightly away from you, turn a little bit to the left. And again, this can be static or bouncing in and out. Come to the centre and turn to the right. I'm going to be static, but you can choose static or bouncing in and out. And then coming back to the centre and releasing the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders. Breathing in. Stretch the arms out and connect the second index finger to the root of the thumb. Feel that you're opening and stretching from the centre of the chest. And then breathing out, turn the head to the left. Breathe into the centre and breathing out, turn the head to the right. Come to the centre. And then just gently bend the knees and move the arms in a flying motion, moving all your joints. Lower the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders and come to place the hands on the waist. Feel that your elbows are pointing behind you a little bit, opening the chest, opening and stretching at the front. You're opening the lungs. There's space here. Pressing the feet into the ground. Breathing in and out. And then release the hands. Then lift and roll the shoulders and come to either clasp the wrists behind you or the elbows, or you can bring the palms together behind you in reverse prayer. If you're able to, try to open your elbows away from one another and stand up so almost your spine goes into your front, the spine comes inward. That is difficult to keep the hands together as well. And it helps if you go further up your back. That of course depends on your capacity. Turn to the left. Again, static or bounce in and out in a dynamic movement. Come to the centre and very, very gently turn to the right. Come to the centre. Release the hands and just circle the wrists in one direction. And then circle the wrists in the opposite direction. And then stand with the feet hip width apart and come into your stars, stretching the hands out. You can raise your chin slightly and look upwards. It's very much coming into your power, grounding the feet into the ground, lifting up away from the waist and the pubic bone. And then lower the arms and come to a very familiar swaying from side to side. And then start to slowly swaying down. And come to standing. Back into Dasana, lift and roll the shoulders. Press the feet into the ground and feel that you're balanced evenly on each foot. Palms of the hands together at the heart centre. And we're going to come to do some half salute to the sun. Breathing in, circle the arms up, palms together. They can be just together or you can join the thumbs. Press the feet into the ground. Engage the buttocks and look up slightly. Come to lower the arms sideways as you bend your knees and come to a half lift. So placing the hands on the shins, breathing in, lengthen from the tailbone to the top of the head and engage the perineum. Breathe out, soften the knees and elbows and release the perineum, your Muladhara Bandha. And then breathing in, half lift again. Stay here as you breathe out. And breathing in, press the feet into the ground and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Stretching the arms up, stretching the fingers. Thumbs behind, little fingers pointing in front of you. And breathing out, lower the arms back down alongside you. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Breathing in, circling the arms up. Press the feet into the ground. Engage the buttocks. Stretch up, and if you're able to lift your chin slightly, almost coming into a back bend. And then bring the hands through to the heart center, bending the knees. And hands come onto the shins, your half lift. Lengthening from the tailbone to the top of the head and engaging the perineum as you breathe in, releasing it as you breathe out, and soften the knees, soften the elbows, curl in. Breathing in, half lift again, engage the perineum, and as you breathe out, stay where you are. Soften the knees, press the feet into the ground, and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Carrying on to stretch the hands up. Engage the buttocks. The thumbs can touch and engage again. Looking up if that is easy for you to do. No neck strain. If it's too much, just look forward. And then breathing out to lower the arms back down alongside you. And one more time as we bring and join the hands at the heart center. Breathing in, circle the hands up. Engage the buttocks, palms together. Stretch up, stretch back almost. Bring the head to upright. Bring the palms down through the center of the body, bending the knees and elbows. And rest the hands on the shins for half lift. Engage the perineum as you breathe in. Breathe out, soften the knees, come bend forward. And breathing in, lengthen, half lift again. Stay here as you breathe out. And as you breathe in, soften the knees, press the feet down, and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Breathing in, engage the buttocks as you raise the hands up, join the thumbs, and come into swaying tree. Keeping the weight and gravity in the feet. You're swaying your branches, bringing lightness and flexibility at the top of your tree, moving with the winds. Come to the center and lower the arms. Lift and roll the shoulders. Bringing the hands together. And then we're going to come to lying on our mats. Come initially into Shavasana, lying on the backs and legs are extended. Palms are actually palms down at this point, alongside you, unlike Shavasana. And come to extend the heels and point the toes. Again, a few times in your breath pattern as you breathe in, extending the toes, and breathing out, point the toes away from you. We're beginning to wake the circulation in the body. Toes up and toes away. And then start to circle the ankles in one direction. Again, as the toes come up towards the ceiling, you might like to breathe in and breathe out as you circle the ankles away from you. Toes go outwards. And then reverse that circle. Come back to the centre. Both feet go to the left and both feet go to the right. Left and right. Left and right. And left and right. And then leaving the right leg where it is, hug the left knee into the chest. A form of Apanasana, head to knee pose. And then very gently circle the left knee while you're holding it in one direction. And circle the left knee in the other direction. And dropping the hands behind the left thigh, extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Extend the left heel and walk the hands up the back of the left leg as far as you can, just checking that your chin doesn't shoot up to the ceiling. You can stay here. You can drop one hand behind the head and neck to support it as you lift your head towards your left extended leg. Or you can hold your left leg with both hands, depending on your leg capacity, lifting up the upper back and looking towards your big left toe. Relax, sliding the hands down the left leg and hug the left knee into the chest. Still holding the left knee hugged in, roll to the right. You can use your elbow to support you, your left elbow, placing the left foot on top of the right thigh. And as you roll over to the right, your left hand can stay on your waist. It can go above you, stretching out under the arm. Or the classic position is to open the left arm in a T to the left, palm down. Your right hand goes somewhere along the left thigh. And optionally, you can either look up or gently look to the left, even looking along the left arm. Extend the right leg and extend the right heel. And just feel the stretch under your left armpit. This is part of the upper lymphatic system, giving space under the arm. And modify if this is too strong. Bring the lower abdomen in as you breathe in to roll onto your back. Bring the left arm in. You might like to bend both knees, both feet on the ground, to press down with your feet and just straighten out your lower back. And then lengthen your left foot along the ground. Extend the left heel and hug the right knee into the chest. Holding the right knee into the chest, just make little circles with the right knee. moving the top of the leg in the hip socket. Great hip lubricator. And then just circle the right leg in the other direction. The right knee circles in the other direction. Come to the centre with the knee and dropping the hands below and behind the right thigh. Extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. Extend the right foot. And then begin to walk the hands up the back of the right leg, bringing the right foot towards you. Either staying there with the head on the ground, or dropping one hand behind the head and the neck to support your head as you lift up towards your extended right leg. Or if you feel quite strong, engage the perineum and hold the right leg with both hands, bringing the right leg towards your face and perhaps looking at the big right toe. And then just releasing the head back down onto the ground, sliding the hands down the back of the right leg and bending the right knee back into the chest. And using perhaps your right elbow to support you on the ground, roll the entire body over to the left, placing the right foot on the left thigh. Your left hand holds somewhere along the right outer thigh, and the right hand can either go on the right waist. It can go above you, bent at an angle that feels comfortable to you, or it can open out in the classic arm movement for this pose, along the mat, palms down, right palm down. And then you can look up at the ceiling or just turn the head to look slightly to the right. Extend the left leg and extend the left heel. Feel the ribs expanding as you breathe in, giving space now to the right side of the body into the right lung. And again here, this is an opportunity to slightly and subtly engage the perineum as you breathe in, and release the perineum as you breathe out. And then very gently roll back, placing both feet on the floor to lift and straighten out the back. And then hug both knees into the chest. Just rocking very gently from side to side. Breathing in, extend the left foot to the ceiling, extend the left heel, and raise the left arm up and behind you, stretching out the left arm. Breathing out, hug the left knee into the chest with the left arm. And breathing in, raise the right leg, extend the right heel, and raise the right arm up and behind you. Just check the back of the neck is long, and then breathing out, bend the right knee back into your chest. And do that once more to each side, extending the leg to the ceiling, the left foot, breathing out, hugging the left knee into the chest, and breathing in, extending the right leg, extend the right heel, And breathing out, hug the right knee into the chest. Still holding both knees, hug both knees into the chest. And breathing in, just let both knees drift away from you to arm's length. Breathing out, hug both knees into the chest. And then breathing in, let both knees extend to arm's length. And do this a couple of times in your own breath pattern. And then just hold underneath your legs. Place one foot on the floor and then the other. And pressing the feet down, raise the arms up above you, chin into the chest. Keeping the feet there, just lift your bottom into half bridge posture. Engage the buttocks, perineum engages upwards slightly as you breathe in and releases as you breathe out. And as you next breathe out, start to lower the bottom back down to the ground. And halfway along the out breath, the arms will naturally follow. Hugging the knees into the chest. And holding above the ankles, knees out to the side in a V. The big toes are vaguely, the joints of the big toes are vaguely connected or heading towards one another. And the aim here is to open out the inner groin. If you've got long arms and you want to get hold of your big toes, if not, you can hold anywhere on your legs. You have an option to open the legs out to the side in a V. And you might enjoy just slightly rocking from side to side. Feel still here that the base of the spine is connecting and is heavy to the ground. That's not so easy, but just have an awareness of subtly lowering the tailbone towards the ground, maybe a millimetre, which will engage the core a little bit. And then bending the knees, hugging both knees into the chest. And we're going to come to roll onto the side, to come onto our hands and knees. So classically to do this, you would roll to the right, away from the heart, and take your time to come up to a kneeling position. Tummy in as you press the hand down to come up. And then coming round to come onto hands and knees. Just sway the bottom from side to side. And feel that the head can join in. It doesn't really matter which way, just naturally sway from side to side. Come back to the centre and breathing in, dip the back and either look up or along the mat. Breathing out round the back. Tummy comes towards the back, arching the back, chin to chest. In the classic cat-cow, dipping the back, looking up. Feel the stretch in the lower abdomen. And as you start to breathe out, arch the back, or cat. Chin drops to chest. And do this a couple of times in your own breath pattern. Dipping the back and rounding, chin to chest. And next time you come to arch your back, tuck the toes underneath and come to lift the knees off the ground into our first soft downward dog. Think of lengthening the back first, tummy in, and then start to lengthen the legs. Heels aim towards the floor, they don't have to touch the floor. Look towards your navel, and this might encourage you to engage the tummy or the lower abdomen in towards the spine. And then start to walk the dog, bending one knee and then bending the other knee. Extend both legs. Both heels come towards the ground, tummy in, look towards your navel. And then drop the knees to the ground. Hands go slightly to the left. The right foot comes up. Hands to either side of the right foot. Stretching out the right hip. And then coming back to kneeling again. Bottom goes towards the heels, stretching out the back. Tummy in, lower perineum engages upwards as you breathe in. And then coming back to kneeling, hands go to the right, and step up with the left foot, hands to either side of the left foot, just stretch into the left hip. Lengthen along the back, look along the floor, or you can look up if that again suits you, but otherwise keep the back of the neck round. And then come to slide the left foot back, bottom towards the heels, stretching out again. And then come to kneeling, come to tucking the toes, come again into a soft downward dog. Feel that you can adjust your feet by making them slightly wider than hip width apart as an option. And you can bring the feet also slightly closer towards the hands, walking the dog. Keeping the left foot where it is, raise the right foot up behind you and bend the right leg at the knee, one-legged dog. Just relax the neck and you can open the right knee out a little bit more. And then come back to downward dog. Walking the dog again. And this time, leave the right leg where it is. Extend the left leg up behind you. And then bend the left leg at the left knee and open it out to the left, one-legged dog. And then place the left foot on the ground. You're back in downward dog. And then soften the knees and walk the feet to the hands and the hands to the feet. And then, if you can, place the hands on the ground. If that's not possible, hold somewhere on your shins and feel that your bottom is lifting up away from your heels so that you're stretching the backs of your legs. Look towards your knees. Look towards your big toe. And then soften the knees, press the feet down and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Lift and roll the shoulders. Place the hands on the waist and step the left foot forward. The right foot can be turned out at an angle of about up to 45 degrees. You can opt to keep your right heel on the ground, or if you prefer to lift the right heel to allow you to swivel around the centre, and you don't lose your balance, and that's fine too. And just feel your grounding energy in this Warrior One modification. Soften your front left knee and feel that your left knee is aiming towards your big left toe. Feel that the weight is dropping centrally, you're not coming forward onto your knee. And again, just feel the chest lifting. You can come to have your hands in cactus arms. Take a couple of breaths. If that works for you, raise the arms up, stretching the fingers. And if your balance can cope, and you're okay to lift the chin to look upwards to the eyebrow centre, then that is another option. Bring the head back to the centre, lower the arms, almost stretch the arms behind you, tummy in, and lengthen over the bent front left knee in a humble warrior. Back of the neck is long. Press the feet into the ground to support you, tummy in, as you press the feet down and come up. Step your left foot back and lift and roll the shoulders. And then stepping the right foot forward. Left foot goes out. You can always have your right foot further out towards the edge of the mat if you want to balance. And again, you can lift your left heel if you feel that you enjoy turning more centrally and your balance can cope with that. But it's a choice. Soften your front right knee and place your hands on your right waist, opening out under your arms, giving space for your lungs, lifting at the chest level and looking ahead, softening your front right knee. Drop the weight centrally. Warriors are all very grounding. They lift at the chest, so they are classified almost as a subtle back bend, and they're very good for uplifting the mood, one's mood, very good for anti-depression. Come to have your hands in cactus arms. Opening at the shoulders, stretching the fingers, letting the energy flow out, connecting to your inner power, a solar connection. And then optionally raise the arms up. You can look up if that works for you, lifting the chin slightly and looking up towards the eyebrows. Softening the front knee. The front knee should be aiming towards the big toe, and the weight should be dropped centrally. Come to bring the head upright. Lower the arms, tummy engages, lower abdomen engages, and come forward, elongating, stretching your back and stretching over your bent front right leg to humble warrior. Back of the neck is long, chin is subtly towards the chest. Quite a strong pose. Perineum engages as you breathe in, pressing the feet down to come up. And then step back with your right foot. Just lift and roll your shoulders and just slightly go from side to side. Come to slow that down. This is a Tibetan Triangle, pressing the feet down. Raise the right arm and turn the right palm inwards to face towards you. And almost the inner right arm is towards your right ear. Press your left hand into your left thigh, tummy slightly in towards the spine and perineum engages. And then just feel that you're between two panes of glass as you come sideways. It's an option to look upwards, but your chin is still down. If that's not working for you, then don't worry about that. You're not going to go very far, but you are going to get a lovely lateral stretch. Press the feet down, come upright, and lower your right arm. Lift and roll the shoulders. Raise the left arm, turn the palm to face inwards. Take the right hand and just use it as a support against the right thigh. Engage the perineum. And feel that you're between two panes of glass as you just slide the left hand towards the right, pressing the feet into the earth to lift you up, chin in. You can optionally turn to look upwards, but your chin still comes in. You're not going to go very far. Remember to breathe. Perineum in as you breathe in, just as a core support. Pressing the feet down as you come upright and lower the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then hands on the waist, opening the shoulders. And just test the balance by lifting the heels. Some added mindfulness, focus. And then lower the heels. Soften the knees, tummy in. You might like to bring your bottom away from you, just a little added core support. Press the feet down and come up to standing. And then lower the hands. Bring the hands together, and we're going to come to lie on our abdomens, so lie on our fronts. So come to soften the knees and come to lie on our tummies. On the elbows, coming into Sphinx pose. Press into the elbows, looking down, and just pull yourself a millimetre forward. Breathing in and out. Feel that you can alter your elbows to perhaps be a little bit further away from the body, just to be comfortable on this soft back bend. And then open the elbows to the side, rest your head either straight down or turn to one side on the backs of your hands, one on top of each other. Open the knees a little bit, raise the soles of the feet to the ceiling, and windscreen wiper the feet from side to side, which will mean rolling on your thighs. If you want to change, if you've got your head to one side, you want to change it to the other side, please do. But if you're looking down, then just enjoy staying where you are. And then lower the feet back down. Bring the knees in. We're going to slide the hands back, elbows in, come to kneeling. And then come to have the big toes towards one another. They can even touch, open the knees. And we're going to come to a child's pose. So you can either have the arms here extending in front of you. You can have your hands stacked one on top of each other so that your forehead is resting on your hands. Or you can be more classic. Have the forehead on the ground, you want to support, and open the palms upwards. This is more stretching for lower back. But choose where you feel you want to be today. Child's pose is calming for the nervous system. If you ever have a headache, it's quite good to keep the blood in the head. And if you find that your head down like this is down too low, then take that option to have your hands one on top of each other in fists, or you can take a bolster and rest the forehead on the bolster. Coming in as you press down, coming up to sit with your legs out in front of you in a V, hands to either side of you. Just point and flex the feet a couple of times. And then circle the ankles in one direction. And circle the ankles in the other direction. Lengthen the body by lifting up at the chest. Slide the hands down the legs, tummy in, perineum engaging fractionally. Feel that you're lengthening along the spine and come to a wide-legged forward bend. Your hands can rest wherever it works for them, on the shins, further down. The outside of the feet, you can touch hold of the big toes. Feel that you're lengthening from the base of the back all the way up to the top of the head. The heels engage, and that activates the inner leg muscles. Perineum engages slightly in. You breathe in and relaxing as you breathe out. Tummy in, and then sliding the hands up, legs, hands back to either side of you to allow you to bend the knees, hug them in, and then come to lying on the back, hugging the knees into the chest. Knees together make circles in one direction and focusing the weight of the body towards the lower back. Just massaging around in a little circle. And then circling the knees in the opposite direction. Hug the knees into the chest, knees away, hugging the knees into the chest, knees away. And again, a couple of times in your own breath pattern, massaging the lower back. And then supporting the legs underneath, place one foot and then the other foot on the ground, knees up to the ceiling. And arms out again to the side. Feet can be wider than hip width apart as you let both knees drop to one side and drop into the right, look to the left. A supine twist. Head can move away from the direction of the knees. Your hip can lift off the ground. You can use support under your legs or your knees if you want to. Tummy in, perineum engages to lift the legs back up to the centre, and then just let both knees drop to the other side, to the left. And then you can look up or look with your head towards the right. Engage the perineum, bring the tummy, lower abdominal muscles in to support the legs to come back upright. And then either keep the knees bent, hands on the abdomen, or stretch out for a moment or two to relax the body in Shavasana. Just bring your attention to your feet, slightly tense them and relax them. Bring the attention to the knees and the legs, tense the legs and release and relax them. Bring your attention to the bottom, the buttocks, tense them and release and relax. Tense your fists, tense your hands, tense your arms and relax. Just consciously lift the chest up, subtly away from the floor, and then release back down again. Consciously lower the shoulders away from the ears. And then just let the head connecting with the mat roll or turn to one side. Feel the weight of the head as it relaxes into the floor. Bringing your head back to the centre and then just subtly turning the head to the other direction. Bring the head back to the centre. Bring the hands up to the eyes, back to the thumbs, and just smooth across the face, the eyes, from the nose, just smooth across the cheekbones, and then smooth across the chin and the jawline. Hugging the knees one by one into the chest once more, and rolling and rocking slightly from side to side. Rolling to the right, away from you, letting the knees rest on the ground for a moment. And then pressing your left hand into the ground to bring you to a seated position. Come to a cross-leg position. And then just sweep your hands across the face, down the arms, brushing and smoothing your aura, ready for the day ahead. Thank you very much for joining me today.